What's going on, guys? It's John here from Hot Take Hockey to talk about 6 potential trade destinations for Taylor Hall. And I just want to make this really clear right off the bat. Do I think Taylor Hall could be traded? Maybe not, but we have to talk about it. His agent made it clear that they're in no rush to sign a contract extension. He's going to be a UFA in the summer of 2020. So I just wanted to make this video, talk about potential trade destinations for Hall. And if you are here, please subscribe, hit a thumbs up, comment below. I do really appreciate the support, guys, and every subscriber counts, every like counts to get these videos more around YouTube, get more hockey fans into the community. So let's get into this video. So Taylor Hall, where could he go? The Buffalo Sabres are a team I believe could acquire Taylor Hall. They have the pieces. I don't know if they would want to move on from guys like Sam Reinhart or Casey Middlestat up front. I know Rasmus Ristolainen has been in trade talks. I wonder if they would maybe include their 7th overall pick in the 2019 draft, or maybe a first-round pick in the 2020 draft for a guy like Taylor Hall. We've seen mistakes, especially with the Ottawa Senators, where you trade a first-round pick, not lottery protected, and it kind of backfires on you. But a guy like Taylor Hall, an MVP, a guy that can drag your team to the playoffs. I think the Buffalo Sabres would love to have a Taylor Hall on your team. And the fact that if Jeff Skinner leaves, you're going to need a guy beside Jack Eichel, and Taylor Hall is a guy that could score 40 besides a guy like Jack Eichel. Next up, the Dallas Stars. This one could be a little more premature. I think Taylor Hall could be a good fit in Dallas, but you got Jamie Benn, you got Tyler Seguin, but their offense has always been their weak point. And Zuccarello could leave in free agency as well. But for Taylor Hall, I think any team would love to have him. But for the Dallas Stars, especially if you have your issues with Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin and you move on from one of them, you're going to need new leadership. You're going to need new offensive power. Taylor Hall could be exactly that. And the Dallas Stars, in my head, definitely came up. And again, this is just more speculation. I don't think there's any tied rumors to these specific teams. Maybe a couple, but this is my opinion, my take. The Chicago Blackhawks, we see it in the thumbnail. I think Taylor Hall would be crazy in Chicago. I think it would be unreal. Having him beside a Jonathan Toews or Patrick Kane, that power play unit would be great. I think this would bring them right into the playoffs. I think Taylor Hall, again, Toews, Kane, and then second line to Brinkat, Dylan Strome. You have a guy like Brandon Saad. But I think Saad could be included in this trade. I think maybe even a younger defenseman or two. I would look at a guy maybe like Gustav Forsling. Again, maybe their first-round pick. Again, when you have a high first-round pick, do you really want to give that up? So that's a question for concern if you were to acquire a guy like Taylor Hall, but it's Hall. So you got to give to get. The Montreal Canadiens. I think the Canadiens are going to be looking for some big fish this offseason. Marc Bergevin will be very active. I wonder if the New Jersey Devils will be interested in a guy like Jonathan Drouin. A lot of Habs fans are getting a little impatient with the guy. He's been very inconsistent, but he's still a top 6 forward that, is fairly young and could still turn things around. The Canadiens, again, would they include a first-round pick? Would they include a couple prospects? I think Ryan Poehling is off the table. I think he's untouchable. Nick Suzuki, maybe, I don't know. But I think the Montreal Canadiens, a guy like Taylor Hall up front would be huge and would bring them into the playoffs as well. The Nashville Predators. I think the Predators have been looking for offensive firepower for so long. We've talked about Phil Kessel. We've talked about some other big names, maybe even a Matt Duchene in free agency. I just want to put this out there. We talked about PK Subban for Phil Kessel. PK Subban's on the Nashville Predators. Taylor Hall's on the Devils. I think there's something there. Maybe not one for one. Maybe they put together a package and keep PK Subban in Nashville. But again, we've talked about a defenseman that the Predators could trade, and usually we end up pointing at PK Subban. And finally, the New York Islanders. Again, this is in no specific order. This one would be kind of funny. Lou Lamoriello, the ex-GM, with the Devils, and I think the New Jersey Devils are going to be a team that if Taylor Hall is not going to re-sign, they're going to be very active. We've seen it with Ray Shero. He's not just going to sit around. He's going to look at all options. So the New York Islanders, who if they lose a guy like Anders Lee in free agency, they're going to need scoring again. Their firepower was kind of lost with John Tavares, but then they ended up making the playoffs anyways. Matthew Barzal could still be their big superstar. But a guy like Taylor Hall could be that as well. And I think the Islanders are going to be a team, again, this is just my ideas floating around, and I think the Islanders have the pieces to maybe get a deal done like this. So again, Sabres, Stars, Blackhawks, Canadiens, Predators, Islanders. That's the 6. Who knows? Who knows if a Taylor Hall trade even goes down? This was just a conversation I wanted to get out on the channel. I'm going to keep making videos like this. Trade destinations, free agency destinations for a whole bunch of different players. So hopefully you guys do subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, I hope to keep seeing you on the channel. Please hit a like on the video. This was John from Hot Take Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.